And welcome back to the GTO League. It's time for the Strictly Stock Series here at Road Atlanta for the Metze Painting Grand Prix. The Gran Turismo Online League is brought to you by Metze Painting, where improvement is their specialty. As always, I am joined by two-time GTO champion Rashad Metze here in the booth. Rashad, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great today. Super excited to see how these drivers tackle this very tricky Road Atlanta road course.
Yeah, this is a very hard road course here in the rolling hills of northern Georgia. How do you think these drivers are going to adjust? We just raced at a BB Raceway, a very technical oval last week. We've been racing two ovals for the past 2 weekends. How do you think they're going to adjust going from two ovals to a road course?
I don't know if they're going to adjust well, but they have no choice going into this race right now. I really feel like these drivers are going to have to really pull out all the tricks, all the skills that they have stored up over all this time, the GTO series is. So right now I feel like these drivers are going to have to put everything out there to get as much track position as they can and try to maintain it throughout the entire race.
And we've seen a lot of drivers come and go during practice. Is there any drivers you have your eye on as we start to get the cars rolling off here?
Oof, if I had to say a driver, I would look at Miles Johnson, one of the faster cars with a great qualifying effort of P2 today. So I feel like he is somebody that we definitely need to keep our eye on going into today's race.
And we're actually trying something different this race. We are doing a rolling start, so we are getting the grid lined up here. We are actually going to do the first rolling edition of the Metze Painting Grid Walk. We are going to roll through the field, literally roll through the field. So I guess I will start us off with Rashad Metze here as we get into the Metze Painting Grid Walk. So Metze Painting won the pole, or Rashad Metze, sorry. Rashad Metze won the pole for the Metze Painting Grand Prix in the number 24 Lowe's car. Today, he had a really fast car by over 2/10. He has had the fastest car throughout practice and qualifying, so look for him to be a dominant force to be reckoned with up front. And he's really worried about him making some mistakes during the race, so hopefully he can do good and keep that 24 car up front.
Rolling off P2, we have the 06 of Miles Johnson. A great qualifying effort with him. Puts him into P2 on a road course, something that you really don't see very often. Great qualifying effort for him. Super excited to see what he's going to do in today's race.
Rolling off right behind him is CJ Howell in that 58 car. Sorry. And he's been really fast throughout practice stuff. Hasn't put as much practice in as other drivers, so we're going to be able to see how he can do as Donnie Wu is rolling up toward the front of the field. But let's see how that number 58 car is going to be able to do today as he's in the grass.
Rolling off next, I'm pretty sure we have
Donnie Wu.
Donnie Wu in that BBS number 11 car. Donnie Wu is one of those drivers you always have to keep your eye on no matter what. He's really quiet sometimes during the race, but you can tell he has speed, he has pace, and if he has the patience today, I think he can be somebody that can get it done.
And rolling off behind them, I believe, is Metze and Tucker there in the number 99 Pride car. Not to be confused with Gay Pride, he is the Pride Apparel company. Well, the 99 car has been really fast throughout practice and stuff all weekend long. He didn't have the qualifying effort he wanted, but look for the 99 car to make a rush for the front.
Rolling off next, we have the 26 car of Magic Slinky. Great fast race car driver. Didn't get the qualifying effort that he has, but I can tell that he has some speed today, so I'm super excited.
And rolling off P last is Nicholas Collier. Nicholas Collier is hoping to pick something up during the race as we are getting ready to go green here for the Metze Painting Grand Prix. The green flag is out. We are green flag racing at Road Atlanta.
Bumper to bumper, pushing into this very tricky, tight
right-hand wide.
Corner. Miles Johnson tries to hang around the outside. Can he do it? Side
into
by side.
The first S.
It's not giving an inch there as he hops the curb side by side.
Johnson clears him. Here goes Rashad Metze trying to get him back.
Those are the two fastest cars on track. It's Miles Johnson and Rashad Metze. Rashad is going to be a little bit patient here with Miles Johnson as he gets alongside.
Here goes CJ Howell fighting. CJ Howell is now going for the lead on the inside of Johnson. A little nudge there as he goes past. Here goes Johnson back to the inside with an undercut.
Beautiful move there.
And 3 wide now for the lead.
Donnie Wu on the straightaway.
We are bumping and banging 3 wide down the backstretch of Road Atlanta. What a start to the Metze Painting Grand Prix.
Donnie Wu has the edge so far. Well, here come Rashad and Metze and Tucker want a little bit of it. Here comes Rashad on the inside. On the outside, I mean, my apologies.
It's a hell of a race up here at the front as they go through these sharp turns coming down to the final turn.
Metze gets back up to second place. Donnie Wu is in the lead. He's going to come around to lead lap 1 of the Metze Painting Grand Prix.
Yeah, he started a little bit mid-pack there, but look at the run Donnie Wu did, and that 3-wide move down the back straightaway to get up front.
Beautiful move, in my opinion. Incredible move by Donnie Wu. Told you somehow you didn't have to keep your eye on really fast, but Rashad Metze is on the prowl.
Oh, Johnson is right behind, trying to catch those leaders, but here goes Metze. He is running down Donnie Wu.
Really tricky section. It can't really pass very well through the S's. You just got to be real patient here, hunker down, and try to ride it out. Miles Johnson using every bit of that racetrack, trying to get back into the fight here. Rashad Metze tries to go to the inside of Donnie Wu. Can he get it done?
He's got his nose there. Ooh, Johnson gave a little nudge. Johnson's right on the back bumper of Metze as they're side by side, bumping and banging for the lead.
A contact there. Miles Johnson, I think he's going to try to get Rashad Metze to the outside of Donnie Wu, but Miles Johnson
side by side for the lead. Who's going to outbreak two going into these corner? 3 wide. Johnson is looking. Ooh, he misses it and goes past them both into the grass. That's going to hurt Johnson as they're battling hard for the lead. Oh, a nudge there to the back of Wu.
Bumper. Look how close these drivers are as they hop the inside curve there.
Metze trying to find a way around. Side by side. Oh, contact! Wu's going to go off the track, allowing a bunch of people to slip past. Johnson slips in the second, and Metze now has a good lead.
That is not what Metze wanted to happen there. Went in that corner, they're fighting really hard, really aggressive in that really tricky turn 1. It really sucks for Donnie Wu. Hopefully he can recover. CJ Howe find his way back into P3. Trying to hunt down the leaders here.
Yeah, now spread out single file throughout the pack. After some contact there between the leader. Not what Metze wanted to happen. Metze is not that kind of driver, but an unfortunate series of events on this very, very hard to pass and very tight racetrack. As we got a battle starting to heat up here for the 3rd spot. Metze Tucker trying to make a move on the 58 car going down the back straightaway.
These dive bombs and things show you how important track position is in this racetrack.
As Tucker really sent it in there. Ooh, now, CJ Howe with a little cutback.
Great racing here for 3rd position.
And these two are gaining on the 2nd place driver as of right now of Johnson.
119.4 set by CJ Howe. It was the fastest lap so far.
Ooh,
oh, CJ's drifting. So is Javen. I think Javen.
And Tucker's off the racetrack. We'll see how he ended up off of the racetrack here.
Might have overcooked it a little bit. Oh, it's got.
Yeah, it got a little loose and ended off in the grass as Howe's trying to make his way past the 2nd place car.
Great racing so far in the Metze Painting Grand Prix as Rashad Metze extends his lead over Miles Johnson.
Yeah, Metze has just been a dominant force all weekend. Everyone knew that he would be up front in this race, and that if you let him get up front, he was going to be a goner. So let's see if these drivers will be able to run him back down.
Here comes CJ Howe. He's on the straightaway behind Miles Johnson. He's going to be able to make a move. I don't think he's close enough, but he's going to try to get the biggest run he possibly can.
Got a hell of a race going on back here for the 4th spot. Here goes Wu to the inside of Donnie, or Wu to the inside of Metze Tucker. He's going to complete the pass.
Respectfully giving each other room. Metze Tucker backing out so they can race another day.
His Wu's now starting to pull away and gain some spots back.
Great recovery effort so far by Donnie Wu after the incident between him and Rashad Metze going to turn 1.
Well, we got a car spinning out back here in the back of the pack. The number 60 machine of Nicholas Collier is around.
Let's see how he got spun around there.
That final turn, he might have used too much rumble strip. Yeah, got up in
Yep.
that grass. And unfortunately, it spun him
Hard
the way.
hit.
Hard hit into the wall. Very hard to do here. Let's take a look at the in-car camera. Trying to get that thing wound up, and unfortunately, it was just too late. Hard hit by Nicholas Collier, and that's going to bring the first caution out here in the Metze Painting Grand Prix. What do you think of that racing so far there, Rashad?
That racing is so far has been really good at all parts of the track. A lot of battling in the mid-pack we've been seeing here. But we have Rashad Metze and, oh wow.
Yeah, it's the 26 car goes around under caution.
But we have Miles Johnson and Rashad Metze up in the lead right now. I think that's the points battle as of right now. Two guys really fast here, side by side. And when we restart, it's going to be chaotic between them. But behind them, we have three very hungry drivers. It's CJ Howe, who looking for a win this season. Also Donnie Wu, as well as Javen Tucker. So these guys have their hands full.
Points battle going on up front. Metze trying to get it as we are now in the midway point of the season. So he's looking to get the second half of the year off to a good start as we get into the restart zone here on the back straightaway. We're back to racing, and the drivers fan out. Metze trying to block Tucker.
Block Javen Tucker, who had a massive run on that restart.
Johnson getting a huge shove. And
3 wide again.
CJ House sends it to the inside into Johnson.
Still 3 wide.
Ooh. Johnson gets used up there. Oh, and Johnson gets shoved off the track there. Johnson's going to the rear as we get a hard side-by-side battle for second spot.
Donnie Wu gets around. Oh, two drivers off the track. Managed to save to recover.
Slinky and Johnson in it. Johnson went from second to first in one corner. Or from second to last, my bad.
These drivers driving hard. The back end stepping out of these drivers, running rear brake bias. Real loose race car on the brake.
Yeah, the goal to getting these cars really fast around this racetrack is you got to kind of slide it. So trying to get these cars to break loose as we got a battle going on for the lead here between Donnie Wu and Rashad Metze.
The long straightaway gives people a real good opportunity into the final chicane. Side by side. Oh my gosh, Javen Tucker, I think he might get an idea to try to do another lunge. I don't know if he's going to do it or not. He doesn't. Shot tucks into the inside. Gets around him on the inside. Javen Tucker wants to win this race.
Yeah, Javen Tucker, if he wants to stay eligible for this championship, then he needs to win races and stay up front. Ooh, as Donnie Wu gets pushed way out wide in turn one. I believe he might have locked it up or slid it. I don't know if he got any help or not. Tucker able to slip past for that second spot.
Javen Tucker has a really fast car today.
Donnie Wu is now trying to slip past CJ Howe, or CJ Howe is trying to slip past Donnie Wu.
Hanging on that quarter panel there. Is he going to try to go around the outside? And he does. Late brakes, trying to get around the outside.
That allowed Donnie Wu to slip back to the inside. We'll see spread out throughout the pack now.
Javen Tucker looks to be charging and gaining time on Rashad Metze. Whatever 99 car is fast today.
He's always a fast driver week in and week out. Hasn't had the best of luck that he needed as he overdrives a little bit in that corner. But yeah, when Javen Tucker has luck go his way, he is one of the fastest cars on the racetrack week in and week out.
He really is. But this is interesting so far. This is when these drivers want to settle in. Dirty air is going to start playing a factor. When to pass, how to pass. When you get to somebody, it's getting a lot more complicated the longer these runs get. Look at Donnie Wu on the bumper of Javen Tucker.
Little contact between these two fighting for that second place spot. I believe Donnie Wu might be a touch faster than Tucker here in the beginning stages of this race.
Donnie Wu wants it. What a sin by Donnie Wu.
Tucker way out in the grass. Still racing though. Oh, Tucker gives him a huge bump and sends him way up. He saves it.
He saves it. Oh my gosh.
Some contact, some frustration between these two drivers.
What a slide that was.
And CJ Howe's now in the mix here for this second place battle.
Three-car tandem almost down the. Here comes Javen Tucker trying to go for a move, but here comes CJ Howe. What are they going to do? A little bit of bumping on the braking here.
Trying to battle hard for position here. 3 cars under a blanket now for that second position.
Rashad is really happy to see that in his rearview mirror.
Yeah, he's really been able to pull away after seeing these drivers battling hard behind him for that second place spot. Wu trying to get away from these two battling hard behind him.
What a great race so far.
Yeah, Road Atlanta sure has been an exciting one so far. We didn't know what this course was going to do when we added it to the schedule, but it sure has been an exciting one so far.
Really tricky, these cars. These cars do not like this racetrack at all whatsoever. And the fact that these drivers are still figuring out how to push these cars to the limits that they're pushing them to is incredible.
Yeah, these drivers have really been pushing this car to the limit around this track all week, trying to figure out this racetrack. And this is actually the home race for the GTO League. This is only about 2.5 hours, 2 or 3 hours away from our home base here in Columbia, South Carolina, over in Brazenton, Georgia. So right up the road from us, a little road trip. So what do you think it means for these drivers to win the home race for the GTO League?
It really shows. I don't know if I think they want to win this race for the points. I don't know if they necessarily care about the home base. A lot of these drivers are stationed, or not stationed, but they're all over the United States. So, I mean, I guess this could be considered kind of a crown jewel race or an important race that you would want to put, say you won at, especially how tricky and complicated this track is. Definitely a track you would want to win at, but I don't know if necessarily the location really matters so much to these drivers. I think it's the win and the overcoming of all the challenges and obstacles to come out on top is what is more important.
And we got a battle going on now. Johnson has actually sneaked his way back into the top 5 after spinning into the grass early, using all the grass to try to get a run there.
Miles Johnson is he is driving fast today. Just has to gain some more track position. Really hard to pass around here. But he set himself perfectly up behind CJ Howell there. Great run. Miles Johnson might be able to get something done down this straightaway.
As they got nose to tail, 2 drivers in front of them. What is going to happen here? CJ Howell's going to try to make a move on Javen Tucker here. Johnson close behind. Looks like Johnson's going to break a little bit early. Ooh, a little nudge there. Oh, contact between the two. Off the track goes Javen Tucker and CJ Howell. Wreck out of the chicane.
It's really hard to go through that chicane right there.
Caution is out.
These drivers really went for it. Just some contact.
Let's see what sent Javen Tucker off the track here.
I think these drivers, they're both trying to outbrake each other. Both went in the corner really hot. Hard contact in the wall for both drivers. Well, for Javen Tucker.
Let's look at the in-car camera of Johnson, who was behind them in all of this.
I don't think about going up the inside. Oof.
That's a close
hard hit.
Barely slid past. But
Miles Johnson is happy.
Rashad Metze is your leader. Donnie Wu is second, and Johnson has slipped back onto the podium after an early incident.
Last caution lap is lap 13, so lap 14 and beyond will be no more cautions. Just keep that in mind as we are under caution right now. But look at Miles Johnson. Miles Johnson and Donnie with great recoveries from both of those drivers. Donnie would find himself in P2 today, and Miles Johnson up to P3. So great recovery effort by those two drivers. Can Rashad maintain the lead, as these two fast drivers are going to be right on his bumper?
Yeah, Rashad Metze, he really wants to win this race and get this win under his belt. He hasn't really been feeling the speed that he's been wanting to feel in these race cars. Hasn't felt like he's got quite the handle on his car that a couple other drivers have, like Metze and Tucker and Donnie Wu and Johnson. He just wants to really prove to himself that he can be as fast in this series, and he is doing it here today in dominating fashion so far.
Look at the nice schemes on the lights car. Rashad's got a throwback to Jimmy Johnson here, as he excited that Jimmy Johnson will run a Daytona 500 for Legacy Motor Club. But also we have Miles Johnson's nice scheme as usual. Donnie Wu's beautiful scheme, but Slinky's number 26 car is great as well, as we're about to go green once again.
And we're back underway here. Hell of a push by Johnson.
Is hooked.
Locked bumpers there.
Clears that outside line completely. Is Miles Johnson going to get
try to look to the inside? He does.
Rashad gives him the space.
I believe he's just going to tuck in behind. And
Miles knows if he wants to get past Rashad, he has to pounce. He has to make that move. Got to be a little bit aggressive.
Oh, everyone's in the grass in the back of the pack.
A lot of sliding on the rear ends through these corners. Miles Johnson is hooked, still with Rashad on this restart.
Using all the rumble strip and apron that he can to try to get this car turned.
Here comes Metze and Tucker, though. Great run on that final corner. Into the S's.
Trying to look past that 06 car. Here goes Magic Slinky trying to make a pass. He's been trying to get his way into the top 5 all night, and here he is, and looking at 4th spot. There nose the tail.
Back bumper of Miles Johnson here. He's going to take that run to the inside. Johnson squeezing him just a little bit. Hard braking zone. Who's going to give?
Tucker went out wide. Messed up the braking zone a little bit. That's going to allow Johnson to get up. I believe Rashad Metze actually messed up the braking zone or got in the grass a little bit, as Johnson's got a huge run on him going down the front straightaway.
This is where it's going to get real tricky. Real hard to navigate corner here. Rashad has lets him through.
Oh, the crossover move.
Nice crossover move.
Beautiful racing move. Look at these two drivers race. Oh,
here goes Miles Johnson trying to go back at it again.
Here they go up through the S's. Oh, and airborne!
Oh
the 06 car's off the track from second to last. What happened? The 06 car has taken flight at the top of the S's. Oh, he got too much rumble strip there, I believe, and upset at the end. That thing flew.
Wow.
And that is going to be... Johnson is livid over the radio. So we're going to look through the in-car camera here.
Car did not want to work with him there. Wow.
Yeah, that thing really... I was looking at it from the back of Rashad Metze.
Look how close he was from hitting Rashad there.
Oh my gosh. Just what a hit.
Front end scraping the ground.
After the last lap of caution, and Metze is out to a really handy lead now.
That is not what Miles Johnson wants to see. What Miles Johnson wants to see now is Rashad make a big mistake. So does Metze and Tucker.
Pretty strung out now throughout the field. Some fights going on in the back. Drivers know they got to get all they can get since no more caution flags. As Johnson Goes off the track again into the chicane.
Great so far, single filing out. Let's see if Slinky can reel in.
And Johnson is off the track. And
can Rashad be caught here as we wind down the laps?
The in-car camera from Metz trying to hold on for back-to-back wins here in the Strictly Stock Series. One of only 2 drivers to win back-to-back races in a season. He's done it multiple times. And Metz pretty much has this one on cruise control if he can just hang on.
Oh, but Slinky is caught. Javen Tucker here.
That beautiful Dairy Queen car trying to get past Javen Tucker as Metz is going to come off the final turn to take the white flag. One more to go here in the Metz Painting Grand Prix.
Uh-oh, Slinky is going to try to get him a slice of Javen Tucker here.
Trying to get him there. The last lap, look into the chicane. Oh, he gets loose.
Oh, he keeps it going.
Oh, Woo's going
around
in the chicane.
Collar up to P4.
Up to P4. Slinky's around too. And gets reset to the top of the hill. Collier on the podium spot.
Collier was cursing and swearing and just going at it and practice the qualifying in frustration. But look at him on the podium right now. He was real patient, real smooth this race, and now I think it's going to pay out for him.
He's trying to hold on. He's the winningest driver in the league. It's 15 career wins, trying to add on his 16th career win tonight. He's gonna go down the hill for the one final time. Rashad Metz, a dominating race today. Rashad Metz wins the Metz Painting Grand Prix at Low Road, Atlanta. Javen Tucker's gonna bring it home second, and Nicholas Collier is gonna bring it home for an
P3 on the
podium.
He needed that finish. Had some bad luck these last couple races.
Miles Johnson 5th. And it looks like Slinky's going to bring it home 6th. And CJ Howell's going to limp her home in P last. Rashad Metz is your winner in the number 24 car. That will give him the points lead most likely after tonight. So Rashad Metz has a lot of momentum going in to this second half of the season. What did you think about that race tonight? What a race it was.
That was a great race. A lot of these drivers made some really bold moves. Just really showed how important track position was. These drivers went and put it all on the line. Great finish for Nicholas Collier. Not having the best of luck, but he recovered, dug deep, finished P3 today on the podium. Great finish for him. Super excited for him and that team, Miles Johnson Motorsports. Miles didn't get the best finish that you wanted today, especially with a car as fast as he did. Just had some complications, some mistakes, but I feel like he's going to come back next week, and he's going to be a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, thank you again for being in the booth here, Rashad. It was an excellent race to watch. Do you think, after the race tonight, do you think Road Atlanta is deserving of a date on next year's or next season's Strictly Stock Series schedule?
I think it'll be great to have it on the schedule once again. A very tricky track to navigate here, but we have a lot of time. Maybe they add some more tracks that we would like to see replace this one, so who knows? But I'm super excited to see what next season holds and what tracks, but this track I definitely think has earned a spot on the schedule for next year.
And well, just thank you again for watching us here tonight. Thank you. We really appreciate the support. Let us know if you want to join. We'll have to undergo our driver development program. Hit us up on Instagram. Follow us on YouTube. We got a Facebook group going if you want to get in on that. Rashad, you're actually running that. And we should be posting our talk show or our podcast sometime this week, I believe, on Wednesday night. just going to talk about some stuff in the league. I believe we are interviewing a driver. Do you know what driver we're going to have on this week?
I do not know what driver we're having on this week, but it's going to be just as much a surprise to us as it is to them, so
well,
I'm super excited.
It's going to be a fun one. Thank you for watching the Metze Painting Grand Prix here at Road Atlanta. Rashad Metze is your winner. So long here from the Gran Turismo Online League, which is presented by Metze Painting, where improvement is their specialty. So long.